can add just a little bit of rotation, spiraling through the arm as you come to here, so that the palm is coming down to the earth and you're feeling the earth come up to the sky. And see here, the palm faces me and it's slowly spiraling outwards. So just play with that a little bit, because there are moments in the form that are like this, that the palm is rotating through the turning of the body. Now the other side, have a quick shake. Find the stance that works for you and root. Don't do anything that hurts, just what feels really nice. Breathing out as you move into your bow. Breathing in as you rise up to the sky. Come up to standing, feet together, shake. Have a drink of water if you need one. I do. Have the bell again. I do love this bell. And walking meditation. If you prefer, just take small steps without lifting the knee high. Practice many ways of walking meditation and find what works for you. Always watch out for getting all serious. Often when people do walking meditation, they just become so somber. You want to let yourself be really, really alive. Allow the quietening of your mind to let nature come in. So you can look out at the sky and the trees and see them become more vivid, more alive to you, because there you are, not distracted by your thoughts. Come right into the body, into your breath, and the energy of the heart is in your eyes as you do your walking meditation. And keep checking that you do keep your eyes elevated, not looking down at the floor. And with that, your heart also. keep your heart lifted in a place of gratitude. And if you can't, it doesn't matter. We're just doing our best with our practice. And some days we're wonky. That's just how it is. But you do your best. Now, golden cockerel. Stands on one leg. Breathe in as you lift. Breathe out as you come down. I want you to feel that hip joint. We have many movements in the form where we lift our knee up after brush knee pushes, and then we swing it back behind us. So let's do some golden cockerels, allowing you to simply focus upon the feeling in your hip. Now remember, if your hip's bad, you may not do this movement, or perhaps you'll adapt it to your own needs. Just feeling that hip joint. Okay, now I want you to feel the hip as you swing one leg, forwards and back. Forwards and back. The opposite hand crossing, you get nice energy crossover. Feeling that hip joint. Now the other side. Just playing, swinging. Okay, now let's look at brush knee pushes. I'll do one first, side on. So you can just stand and have a good look at what's happening here. So from your bow stance, you would turn your right foot out a little. Point the other toe, put the heel there. So there's your three-quarter stance. And when we go brush knee push, our weight moves forward, we lift till the knee's horizontal with the floor, and then we relax, 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 and just let it swing. And feel for that swinging in the hip. Comes up and you relax it back. Let it swing behind until the toe touches the ground. And relax. That's when we go into play lute. So, let's have you. Brush knee pushes. You can mirror me if you want. You're going to step forward. That's my left, so that'll be your right. Bend your knees, drop the tailbone, crown up, shoulders relaxed. Heart, like that. Have some of those just to make sure it is. Ta-da! I love this shape. Forget all the complexities of yoga and Tai Chi. You could just stand like this. Go, yes, that's what I need to do. Come down. Now, brush knee push. One hand by your shoulder, one diagonally to your hip. Both hands not too close to the body. And rotating at the waist. And letting that momentum and the push of the legs travel through the arms, extending the arms. And the forward movement of the body is as one, like a wave. So that when my weight stops moving forward, my arms also stop. Otherwise, sometimes this happens. You move the legs, and the arms are doing their own thing all by themselves. It's a strong wave, and the wave draws back. Feel your belly, that will tie it all together. The dantian. Now we're going to go forward into the balance this time. You're breathing out, then you breathe in to lift up. Breathe out to step back. Breathe in, shifting your weight backwards. And breathe out, play lute. Let's do that again. Start from a shoulder width stance so that you get well practiced, well versed in your three-quarter stance, in that footwork. So turning your back foot out, stepping forward, where the toe was, you place your heel. Square the pelvis, lift the crown. And take your time with these things, relaxing your shoulders, sinking. Really allow yourself to not be in a rush, to really feel your body and appreciate how it is this morning. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Breathing in, calm. Breathing out, relax. Breathing in, gliding back, opening the arms. Breathing out. Notice how there's this slight rotation when you move backwards into your play lute, because the back foot is at that angle. The hips are going to turn that way, and then you consciously close when you bring this foot down. And feel for your hand by the elbow. Just do that a bit. What can you feel? And then try this. Running from the elbow to the palm of your hand. Soften your eyes, soften your whole body so that there's no tension there. And these subtle energy sensations get stronger. So let's look at high pat horse, because this is a movement we do a lot in second and third. Stand on your right foot. So I'll stand on my left. The opposite knee is bent, the toe just resting. The hand is in line with your leg. Bring the palm to the elbow, take a breath in and breathe out. And just play with that, feeling the belly. In fact, try it on both sides. You will find that you really prefer standing on your right leg, because unless you do mirror forms, you're not used to doing it the other way around. Bring your hands down. Cross and tap. On your kidney points here. Stretch. So a quick EFT tap, 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 tap on the karate chop points. Accepting yourself, accepting this moment, whatever's going on. So often we resist it. And if you play with this sense of, can I just accept, fully accept? And can I be willing? So often we resist, there's something we don't want to do, so we do it in a state of bad energy. Unwillingness is resistance, is very uncomfortable in your body. So if you can just notice when you're doing that, oh, I don't want to clean the kitchen, or I don't want to do the weeding, I don't want to phone that person. And then work on your energy and bring it up. Accept what's going on, look at it closely and see if you can do it from your heart. And maybe reevaluate your choices. It's like we have to accept where we are, but then we have more power to change the shape of the things that we're involved in. Come under the eye to your upper lip, to your chin, and breathe. Doesn't that feel nice? Kidney points. I always bring the lung in here. I'm not leaving my lungs out. Now the thymus, your sternum, immunity. And come to your spleen points. And we'll finish on a high note and completely love and accept myself. I'm doing my best. And it's really good enough. I am really good enough. I'm just perfect the way I am. There's a lovely thought. I did have a lovely dream like that one time, not so long ago, a few years ago. And it was a voice saying to me, each each and every creature has a place and perfection, including you. What's the bit at the end? Including you. It might have been worded slightly differently. I've got it written down somewhere. With a funny little drawing of sort of ants and flowers and maybe a cat or something. They're just, creatures, insects, worms, everything, all perfect, including you. Now there's a thought for breakfast. Don't feast upon your worries. Give yourself lovely thoughts to dwell upon. Hold your heart. Is it time for us to sit? I tell you what we'll do. We'll have our first form now in silence. And then we'll sit down and we'll do some inner smile or something lovely. Just hold your heart a moment and really shine your heart with that sense that everything is just as it's meant to be in this moment. And relax. I shall mirror you. Bring your feet together. Bring the energy of the heart into your feet. Now lift your crown and feel that space above the top of your head. And there you are in the middle, with a warm heart. And connected deeply to your belly. Everything's connected, every cell in your body. You're going to move like a wave, like flowing water today. And you take the breath in and step left. Sink into your feet and let the breath rise through your body, lifting your arms up so you can relax and feel your breath all the way out. Breathe in, breathe out. This is the first time a foot moves just a little bit to the side, and you find your balance and your energy between your hands. Bow stance toward off left. Breathing in, turning, balancing, and placing the heel where the little toe was to flow and pull back. Press. Corner. Feel the dantian pulling the arms around here to the earth and then up to the sky. Feel your strength. And play lute. Turning sideways to shoulder press. And white crane. Straighten that front knee, bend the knee that you're standing on, and brush, knee, push. Half step back, lay lute. Now 3 steps. Crown up. Step up and step back. Just half step. I'm taking a bigger one because of the size of the room. Gathering here into your last brush knee push, which will become a fist going over the knee. Back fist. Parry. And as you punch, your eyes are warm and soft, but you're strong. That was nice. Have some water and come to your seats. Well done, everyone. That looked very nice. Has anyone got a request, anything they'd like for our seated meditation today? Because if so, unmute yourself and tell me. Otherwise, I'm going to... Oh, maybe I'll offer you a couple of things and you can give me a thumbs up if that's what you want. Okay, because I'm thinking along the lines of the 61 Nadi, where we go from here to here, up and down the arms. I'm using this every single day, so let's do a count on that, and then I'm going to offer you healing codes or inner smile. And so there you are, you have a vote of 3. 61 points. Give me a thumbs up if that's the one you want. And I have to count now. 1. Oh, that's popular, that's good. Okay, healing codes, the 4 points that takes your body out of stress. Okay. And the last one, inner smile. Did I say inner smile? Okay, so it looks like 61 points is a winner for today. But actually, the inner smile practice has to be happening all day long, as much as possible. And every single time you find yourself in that place of bit wonky, do that. That's gonna help. A hand on your belly, and then consciously just start to become aware how powerful your mind is, and where you put it, it starts to generate corresponding energies. So if you love dogs, cover your house in pictures of dogs, you know, or grandchildren or flowers. Learn to be vigilant in watching your thoughts, your emotions, moment by moment. Now these 61 points, I'm glad we got a good response and you want that today, because I want to teach it. Because I'm finding it so interesting. Say I come down to my throat. When I get here, because I've had some trouble in the inner ear, whenever I'm there, I can feel so much energetically happening in the ear. It's like I'm allowing the body to take energy where it's needed. If I get down to a wonky bit in the wrist, a lot's happening there. And so on this, it feels like it really is self-healing in a very constructive way. We're using the energy that we've generated, and we use the mind to take it along these very specific pathways, and then it can go off route like little diversions, like an irrigation system. It can go where it's needed. So that's on one level. On another, it's just very absorbing. Most of you find you can go into that meditation quite easily. It takes your mind along that path. And it feels nice. So expect it to change as you do it. I've been doing it just because I like it. I'll do it when I lie in bed, as I wake and as I go to sleep. I do it after I've had some vigorous exercise. So Steve, after the bicycle, just try lying down and do it then. And you go, oh my goodness, that's really different when you've got big chi up. So, there you are. You can close your eyes now, or lie down even on the floor if you want to, or on a sofa. Just be really comfortable and lovely long spine and space in your body. And we will actually have the inner smile with it, won't we? Because we're going to be taking the inner smile with us to all these points. Lowering your eyes and just for a little moment feeling your whole body. Place a hand on your heart and breathe and breathe. Try to feel your breath moving your whole body. And as you go into this meditation, you always tell yourself that as though you're focusing on point by point, these different nadi, these different energy vortices, your whole body is included always. Every single cell, every energy, every thought and emotion. It's all there in your awareness and available to your insight in these moments. And you bring your awareness to your third eye. Breathing your inner smile into your third eye. Take a breath in and let your awareness flow into your throat. Feeling everything in your throat. And relaxing so deeply. Flowing into the right shoulder. What can you feel? And then down into your right elbow. And the wrist, the thumb, and then fingertip by fingertip. Back to the wrist and the elbow, the shoulder, and into the throat, into the opposite shoulder, and flowing down your arm like water. And your arm relaxes, your whole body relaxes. Elbow, wrist, left thumb, and then fingertip by fingertip, index, middle, ring, little, wrist, elbow, stay with your breath, always with your breath, in and out, come up to your shoulder. The breath may change at times, take on a different pattern when something's happening in your body. Come into the throat. And then to the right center of your chest and the left. What can you feel there? Flow down to your solar plexus. Relaxing into your solar plexus. Reminding yourself to rename those feelings of anxiety as excitement towards your challenges, towards overcoming challenges and taking all your energy back so you grow. Feel your solar plexus. And then come down beneath your navel. and down into your base. Down, feel those sitting bones, perineum. What else can you feel? Breath is very strong in the base. Into the right hip, right knee, right ankle, and the right big toe, and then the next toe. Keep that tongue on the roof of your mouth and feel each toe. Third, if you can, fourth, and your fifth, the little toe. Just feel that. Maybe the soles of your feet are tingling. Mine are. And that might start when you're in the second center or your knee, or what sensations are there? Be totally curious. Flow up the leg. And notice, is your mind leading, or are you actually noticing a flow of energy that you're following? Maybe you feel sensations in the knee and then the hip gets hot. What's happening? Now flowing through the base energy again into the left hip. The left knee. Down to your left ankle. Your inner smile is in the left ankle and it's moving into the toes, one by one. You're feeling everything and you're so relaxed. Such a lovely practice. Moving across to the fourth toe and the fifth. And then ankle and knee. Hip. Feel your breath in the base. Feel your inner smile there. And flow up to the dantian. And learn to listen to your gut instinct. Trust it. It's looking after you. We have three brains, don't we? The mind, the heart, the guts. Three knowingnesses. Use them all. Make them integrate and help you find your way. Solar plexus. Into your heart. Into your throat. And then feel the middle of your forehead again. The 61st point. Completely relaxing and feeling your forehead. Tell yourself, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm strong. Now lift your chin just a little and see if you can notice any change in sensation in the middle of your forehead. You might find as you start to lift your chin that your head just wants to look up. Sometimes we get these Tai Chi movements, and if you're very relaxed, the body will just go into a shape, like looking up and feeling your forehead. It will often do this when we're in a Kundalini breath going up and down the spine. So just feel that for a moment. tends to intensify sensations in the middle of your forehead. And now straighten the head upon the neck and lengthen the back of the neck. Coming into your heart, feel for everyone in our group here come to practice today. Feel them in your heart. See them in your mind's eye. Feel how grateful you are that we have each other to practice in this community. To generate these energies of peace and calm and loving kindness. And in your mind's eye, find someone you would like to send this energy to. In your heart, hold them into your heart. But perhaps this is an experiment. For some people, this is not going to create the biggest heart energy. Sometimes the heart has been wounded in childhood and defenses have come up, and thinking of another person is not going to generate the biggest energy. And that's really all your intention always is, to make the biggest energy, because then it will shine out into your world everywhere you go. So perhaps feel in your heart for something that's really, really uncomplicated, like a fluffy puppy, a butterfly, a beautiful sunset, or a memory of someone who inspired you and nourished you, or a poem, a piece of music. Keep experimenting to find the way in which your heart sings loudest, strongest, so you can ride that energy and shine it and practice it. And feel the whole of your body as you're radiating like the sun, this beautiful energy. Just feel how you feel. So that next time you feel anxious or worried or angry, you notice how uncomfortable that feels. It's not a place you want to stay. So sit down and come back to your practice. And in time, you become a new you that does not so easily get pulled down and stuck and worried. Because you can feel all that in your body, and you learn to release it better and better, quicker. Never deny, never suppress and repress. We've got to be aware, or we do ourselves harm. Now take a breath in and bring your awareness right up above the top of your head. I want you to feel that space. And with your eyes closed, just imagine yourself looking out over a vast empty space. Maybe it's a starry night sky. Maybe it's across the sea, but there's enormous space all around you. Feel that. Have a sense of that space. And words to go with this from Plum Village. I feel a space inside, breathing in. I feel a space inside. And as you breathe out, you say, I feel free. I feel a space inside. I feel free. And I can remember a certain time I started to feel this space inside. We can feel very tight across here. And then some days when you're really light, really happy, oh, it's like you're hollow. So feel for when you have that spaciousness and when it's not there, and practice it. So let's have the fountain, because that's a lovely exercise to practice spaciousness. Back of your hands touching. Heels touching. Maybe you need a stretch, actually. Have a little stretch. Little stretch. Side to side. Up and down. Moving any way you need to move. And then heels together. Aligning your spine, lift from the crown, sink. Breathe in. Out. By focusing so intensely upon our sensations, we really keep the mind from skittering about all over the place. We're learning focus and concentration. So what do you feel in the fountain? Try feeling your feet and then feel the energy centers as your hands come up. And maybe the skin all over your body. And the temperature of the air. And the sights around you, the sky, the flowers. And feeling the softness of your gaze. And as you do an energy exercise like the fountain, you can be sharing this energy with all living beings. And sometimes when you dedicate your practice in this way to other people, other places, you suddenly find the energy changes. Becomes thicker or stronger. Last one. Delicious. So let's have the third form, and there's lots of chorus. I've been making little mini videos for those of you that are working on building up forms. I know we've got some new students and some students who are working hard. She says hopefully. No, I don't mind what you do. I just love that we're here now. So feet together. At the beginning of the third, you want a shoulder width stance. Arms out to the side. And have that feeling that you had in fountain there. Of dedicating your practice. Of coming into your senses, especially your heart. You breathe out as the hands come down. Lift your left toe and the hand above it. Turn and breathe out. As you breathe in, you bend the knee, step to heel, breathe out. belly and part the horse's mane. 3 times. Beautiful movement. Step, stroke, gather. Flowing like water, lift your right toe and turn on the heel. Where your little toe is, place your heel to ward off left. Breathe in. Where your little toe and big toe get a bow stance for your chorus. Rolling forwards and backwards. Corner, sweep to the earth, bird's beak, and again a single whip. Moving into Jade Girl, lift your front toe and keep that bird's beak on top this time. Hold your energy and turn your right toe out, balance and step to bow stance, push. And then that doesn't work, you have to try something else. Lift the toe, spin around to the second corner, heel down, square the hips, hold your energy, step, third corner, withdraw, pivot. It's not going to be far enough, you're stepping into the unknown, turning, pivoting that back foot, see my back foot? Pushing and then making a rainbow over your head, pulling the back toe into 45 degrees so that you can here make sure you establish the bow stance for your ward off left. And you're all getting good at ward off left now. Tell yourself that often enough, it'll be true. I want you to learn to use affirmations in a good way. Just to become aware of the quality of your thoughts, the energy of your thoughts. Swooping down. Take pleasure in these beautiful shapes. Now we have cloud hands. Look up and float. Let's keep floating, practicing your cloud hands. Turn the waist and balance. Step. Swap your hands and then push your weight across. Rooting here to find your balance. Tuck the foot in just an inch or two. These are tiny sideways steps. And you keep looking up because you can trust your feet to do what they need to do. And you're playing. There's this beautiful playfulness about cloud hands. Just keep your feet still now and sway from one side to the other. Just really playful. Maybe make the waist really loose. This. You start to go, oh, that's like our Celtic wheel. Just playing. The elbows nice and loose. We always want our arms, our body relaxed, the muscles loose. How are we doing? Oh, we're out of time. Time for Xiaofeng. Perfect timing. Feet a little apart.